sewer place town.
Yeah.
Curse tunnels. Found a Lich. Well, found news about the Lich in 4 parts. And I'm now metal.
You're a big stompy boy, yes.
Made of metal. Clang clang.
Nice.
So, which part of the Lich were we going to tangle with first?
I believe we were going after the head because the diary said that's where the Paladin went first.
Straight for the head. Well. Okay. Hopefully that will pan out.
Well, you're standing in a large cross-shaped room. North, west, southeast. I think I specify which direction was what, right?
I think so. I think I wrote it down. Just need to find the thing. Which town? There we go. East was the head, south arms, west torso, north legs.
Repeat that for me. East
I
was...
believe it was east. East is the head.
Yeah.
And south was the arms, west was the torso, and north was the legs.
Alrighty then. Well then, since you're going for the head, that means you gotta go east.
Yeah.
West is least, they say.
So for some reason I have this hunch that like the head would have been the most dangerous of them that's going to call for aid from the others.
Come to me, my legs. Let us kick his butt.
Yeah. We could help the Paladin by taking out one of the other parts too.
But do we want to help the Paladin? We just want the sword.
I mean, I don't want the guy to die. I want to help him at least somewhat.
What was he?
Said the other good person in the party. Been a while. What was so special about this sword again?
It was the Kingslayer thing.
It's a sword that's destined to slay monarchs.
Ah.
Who knows if it works on queens or princes?
It's the sword that we heard about from like an angry dwarf in a tavern, so we won't know much about it until I go and take a look at it.
Yep, that sounds legit. You heard about this sword from a drunken dwarf.
He wasn't drunken. He was one of the people that attended a very important meeting.
He was angry, if you recall.
He did prefer direct action, yes. Just get a sword and chop the king's head off.
Which, as far as plans go, is pretty, effective.
If you succeed, it's effective, yes. The mission will be completed upon success.
Well, if Paladin's having trouble here, this clearly isn't the Lich King then.
The hallway you're standing in, now that you've stood it for a moment, it's all filled with this sickly green gas, and the walls are inscribed with a variety of warnings and spooky scenes of liches being liches.
Cool, can I read this?
I mean, if you want to read the exciting history of how he's totally going to destroy you, sure.
I'm just mostly trying to understand the warnings. If they are just like, he will kill you with combat, then it's not really saying much.
Well, apparently the Lich was so powerful that they split his body into 4 so that it would be less of a danger. They don't know if it worked, though. And apparently the Lich made this his home over time, because there's several, like, scratched over things of, like, just go away. Or I will make this very unpleasant for you.
Okay, and do we hear sounds of fighting?
Perception. If there are sounds of fighting, they might be deeper in. Perk your ears, little boys. Perk them good.
29.
In the meantime, I'm going to look at perception and see exactly what an appropriate DC would be for this context. Hear the sound of battle. Oh, I just love how this... Hear the sound of battle is a negative 10 DC, so let's see how far it is. Well, it's not that far. Valentine and Gulter definitely hear, like, some people screaming at each other. It's a bit too echoey to make out what exactly they're saying.
Maybe we should go towards the sounds.
The sounds are coming from the east, as was expected.
Haha! I was right.
Alright, we can't surely just leave him there while he's actively fighting.
Oh, he's not dead yet.
Yeah, so we shouldn't wander off to try another part if we're in the nick of time.
Alright. Clang, clang over there then. Making small dents in the floor here.
You head on over to the room where the head is supposedly stored, or the place. The first chamber you come into is filled to the brim with bones and sarcophagi. The door is open, like someone already stormed in here, kicked up a lot of dust, and smashed a lot of skeletons. There's a small bridge that splits this room apart over a chasm of acid, and there's like a skeleton hanging from the bridge. As in, he is physically holding on to the bridge and clinging for dear unlife.
Rest in peace.
So like an actual undead skeleton that we could pull up and ask questions.
You want to grill a skeleton? By the way, there is a door on the other side of this place going off to the east. This is a rectangular room oriented north. I mean, sure, you can pick up the skeleton and see if there's anything to say, but skeletons usually aren't very talkative.
I mean, we were led here by a talkative skeleton.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Sure, go ahead and make me feel like a fool. He was a smart skeleton, though.
We kind of asked the skeleton if it can talk before we pull it out, though.
I mean, sure.
That's probably an idea.
All right, so you head on over to Mr. Skeleton.
Just like lean over and go, "Hey, are you one of those smart skeletons or one of those like necromancer goon skeletons?"
Unfortunately, due to all the battle debris, you don't notice when you step on a pressure plate.
Oh, great.
And like a little, like because someone already went through here and already stepped on the plate, like a little splash just lands on you.
Oh,
gross. You get 6. You take 6 acid damage. As just a little splash lands on your head.
Owie.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, lucky
Oh,
you.
I said.
The skeleton rattles at you in response to your questions, although it's impossible to say if it's communicating or just rattling. Although, perhaps, with a linguistics check, you might be able to figure out if it's intelligently responding.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's leave that to our resident linguistics expert.
I know languages.
Who's read a book before?
They know Ratlington, the language of skeletons. The best way to communicate Ratlington is to have a xylophone with you. It definitely seems to show some signs of intelligence. As in, it responds when you request it. It may take some time to figure out exactly what it's trying to say, On top of that, it's hanging from a bridge and isn't exactly in the best position to answer questions.
Yeah, just pull him up already.
Yeah, okay.
You get on the 20-foot long hanging rope bridge, pull him up. The bridge is awfully noisy, as if almost someone intentionally made it extra noisy to give you the shivers.
I have rope, so I can just toss down some extra rope.
That said, it's no problem to pull up a skeleton, because if you're just bones, you're pretty light.
Yeah.
Well, you have a skeleton. And he just kind of
Hooray.
stands there wiggling.
What exactly did we want to ask the skeleton?
So, I take it you're not one of the local guardians. If you got caught in something.
It shakes its head. Although, due to the phrasing of your question, who knows what that means?
Well, you haven't attacked us yet, raised an alarm.
To be fair, you're also not paladins running and shouting about holy goodness.
Yeah, I'd probably punch a paladin in the face too if they came around doing that.
We did.
Oh yeah, we did.
I just love how we keep bringing up that you once killed a paladin boy.
Yeah, well,
You had to come.
he started it.
Yeah. After, if you don't do a say or ask anything, after a moment he'll just start running off towards the door in the northeast. He may have been paged.
Scary bones.
He looks
Well-
more... He's running with intent, not with fear.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe we should go after him. Isn't northeast the next
Yes, that is the next
destination? Let's go with Bone Boy.
So, how sturdy does the broke bridge look like?
I mean, if you want to break it, you could.
But-
current.
We do have to get out of here. Just probably have
Oh,
to
yeah.
come back the same
I forgot.
way.
He weighs as much as a nice car.
Oh Christ!
Yes.
Let's all go before Galta.
You're quite certain that your current weight is a little too much for this bridge. It can handle 4 standard adventurers, but not you. You're like 10.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to the other side before Galta tries to cross.
Oh, I am nearly one. I am 197 kilograms. About
Normally or with this on.
with this on, but I weigh nearly a ton.
Yeah.
A car.
Crush enemies!
And that's without my gear. So with my gear, yeah, I weigh a ton.
How far is the gap the bridge goes over?
It's 20 feet across. And like
Could you
100
jump
feet down
that?
is a
I
big
don't
old pit
know.
of acid.
Could you jump that far? I don't know.
Could I?
I mean, yes, maybe? Possibly. It's not impossible.
In the long jump, the average distance is around 10 to 15 feet. However, a good competitive distance would be around 20 feet.
If we go by the
So-
rules as they be, let's see, this will be an acrobatics DC 20.
That's dexterity based.
I'll allow you to use strength for this one since you're just trying to make the distance.
Okay.
There's no grace to this. This is just pure,
This is a problem that
strength and
Pathfinder
speed.
has and that he didn't quite figure out what athletics is supposed to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have a
It's supposed to be all of these other skills that were not together in the...
Acrobatics did a shit job at compressing skills though, because it pulled in jump, which just should have been put together with swim and climb as athletics.
Well, luckily I get a +5 competence bonus acrobatics when jumping, so that's useful.
Well,
Whoop. Okay then.
Yeah, all right.
you take a running start. jump, and you land with so much force that everyone just kind of whoa for a moment.
The whole sewers few more away because just imagine freaking car jumping through the air.
You've successfully navigated the ravine without falling in like an idiot.
I need a creep. I need
Yeah,
a
because,
creeper
like-
behind.
I have floating disc prepared, but it wouldn't hold Galter, and also
He puts one foot on it, it just shatters.
Mm.
I'm sensitive about my weight. After all, I have so much of it. Anyway,
okay. Well, let's follow the skeleton.
the skeleton walked through a room where there is a massive pool of acid. Once more, the stuff is glowing green. It's very obvious, and the ceiling is filled with tiles. The skeleton seems to be walking on the air as he takes the final step to the other side, and then scoots off to the south. The room is facing eastwards.
It's one of these.
It is one of these.
Alright.
Did we see the path the skeleton took across, or did we just see the end?
How would you figure out where Skellerman may have walked on thin air?
I mean, we could have seen him walking across, but I assume we only just saw the end.
Presumably you were ready to help Galter not fall to his death when he made that jump.
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't need help. He's fine.
Yeah, that's probably a bit high of a tracking roll.
How do you wish to tackle this room? Are we getting out magnifying glasses? Psychiatric evaluations?
Well, what can we see on the roof? You said there were tiles up there?
There were many tiles and glyphs. In all shapes and sizes.
Alright.
There seems to be no pattern.
Great.
Well. You smart guys to determine figure this one out.
So, what's the joke here? Is this like a invisible bridge that has gaps everywhere?
Yeah, I'd say so.
There is probably a
Uh,
specific path that must be walked.
Well,
I
is there dust readily available?
Now,
I'll just scoop up some.
Galter decides to use his big boy brain and realizes that, considering you're in an ancient tomb, you know, a paladin went through here, maybe some other skeletons that tried to catch up. You do indeed notice dust, but following it all the way across, while, you know, not making a mistake and falling into the acid, that is going to be something. That said, there doesn't seem to be anything stopping you from just climbing along the wall or anything.
Okay.
I mean, I
This
could
is-
probably climb along the wall.
This is
but
an open
I
question.
feel like the big brain boys probably would struggle.
So, which one of you is good at tracking?
that would be the wild man.
Yeah, green boy probably.
Yeah,
It's him.
Us.
yeah. If you go the follow the dust tracks through this thing,
Okay, it's time to transform into something that has scent. Then sniff it out. What do I have?
alright, sniff up all the dust.
I
Hmm.
completely
Don't you
forgot
have a
that
dog?
track was a feat.
Yeah, but I don't take my dog with me into the sewers. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, Galter bought his dog.
Yeah, but that dog is kind of crazy.
That also a dinosaur.
Let's
All animals are dogs until proven otherwise.
Well, alright. So what's the plan, kids and cadets?
Well, and Sniff Boy, do some sniffing.
Alright, Griff, what kind of sniff boy are you?
A
Because I
diamond.
Because I presume we can just like fill the path out with a stick or something.
I said this was an open question, so feel free to try something.
I mean, either that or the other thing. I don't really care. I also transform this in a dire rat and try to sniff the way.
Become
Alright,
an itty bitty boy.
Yeah.
Can other aid in that?
I mean, if you're gonna...
Ade also has the percent.
Yeah. With the two of them combined, they can probably figure the path across. I mean, a smelly paladin went through here. Smells like sewage. And a musty skeleton.
Paladins in general just smell like sewage.
That's where they usually go. Beat up some sewer skeletons.
Yeah.
Scooch, scooch. You're on the other side now. Who would have thunk? The door to the south leads into a long, long hallway with many books. Some books are on the floor. Others are neatly stacked. The whole place is tidy and dusted. The room goes south and eventually turns to the right, to the west.
That definitely looks like the kind of thing you'd walk down and then get ambushed or trapped on, or... Like, long hallways in general are always suspicious.
The sound of complaining is also a bit louder now.
Paladins.
Complaining, it's what they do.
So, as a wizard, I advise not trying to read any books. There's
I don't know if I could if I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Couldn't if I want to. I'm dumb. I tried.
I'm small brain.
Alright. That sagely advice. I'm just gonna march down the hallway then. Eyes straight forwards.
No. Since you're made entirely out of metal, and I think you have like DR15 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're completely invulnerable to the barrage of books that start flying aggressively at you.
Yeah. Well, it's 15 adamantine. So.
Yeah, these books do like 1 to 2d6 damage as they fly at you, so you're completely unharmed by the barrage of books.
Yeah.
Now then,
it's just like rain.
Since you've been here for a while, I want... Who's this gonna be? Griff, you can roll me a will save. As the curses in this place are starting to seep into your bones.
Oh no.
Griff, bad news. You're affected by a horrid curse. You're rubbery and bouncy.
I'm a rubbery and bouncy web. Perfect.
Who knows what this will do to you in the long term. But for now...
Bouncy.
It makes it quite easy to jump good. And falls don't hurt as much. Anyway, how do you plan to tackle this endless hallway of aggressive literature?
Alright. Can I carry Ade with me, shielding her as I cross the hallway?
Yes. You can carry... Well, Ade is like medium size, right?
Yes.
In that case, no. She's a bit too big. And there's a risk she'll get hit by a book.
The point of battle form is that you get to shrink down.
Yeah, but it has uses per day, but I never use them, so I shrink Ade down for this hallway and then I size her back up.
You get the information you want. The hallway goes south, then eventually west, then slightly north, and then back east. And then at the end is a big spooky door frame where the sound is the loudest. Along the way, it really is just mostly books and some overturned tables and whatnot.
That's all the books.
There are so many books, and every time they hit something, they just fly back to where they came from.
Annoying books.
Man, an automatically reset and trap. We don't have a good way of disabling.
I mean,
No.
I have bottles of alchemist's fire. I could burn this place to the ground, but that might take a while.
Yeah, that may make it completely impassable.
Also, choke us. Well, choke you with smoke.
Yeah, the ventilation's probably terrible.
Did you know dungeons generally have shit for ventilation?
Yeah.
Why
I mean, I
don't
was
they
just putting it
consider
out
that?
there.
If I ever get a dungeon, I want it to have a nice airco. Anyway, kids, problem solving time.
Okay. Well, I ferried Ade across.
Yeah, but we are also medium, so
Well, just compress yourselves down into a tight ball of unhappiness, and I can carry you across.
Too bad there's no hydraulic press in this dungeon, by the looks of it.
Hydraulic press channel.
Really dangerous. Are the bookshelves connected to the wall, or are they freestanding? Like,
They are all connected
part...
to the wall.
Do they go all the way to the roof?
Yup.
do I
Can't
guess?
go over.
I mean, this seems like a pretty magical trap, so I don't think we get to disable it in any meaningful way. Unless, like, I could spot, like, a fancy book that didn't fly out when Galter passed. Because it's secretly the trigger. When you pull that book out, the trap stops or something.
Did any titles strike me as I was wading through them?
No. But then again, I don't imagine Galter's much for reading.
Well, I am trained alchemist, you know.
Recipe books.
Cooking by the book.
I'm not entirely stupid.
So yeah, when Galter passes by again, I guess I'll try to spot which book doesn't fly out, if there's any.
There are so many books, and only some of them fly out. It's not like the whole bookcase flies out at once. It's more like that Mario hallway where like a couple of books fly out, like, just enough to be annoying, but not enough that the whole bookcase might fall over from the pressure.
Right.
What happens if I grab one of the ones that fly at me?
It aggressively will try to escape from your hand.
And I tear it in half?
I mean, the book explodes a bit, but you're not affected by that.
But that stops it from moving.
Yes. There are only thousands of books to go, and you only have like 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a perfect solution.
Nope.
Just burn all the books.
Now don't.
Yeah, we thought of that. That's not going to work.
Actually,
Whoops.
the necklaces that we got from the Neo G last time.
Oh yeah, that would keep in fresh air bubble even when everything else goes to smoke.
But it would still take a while to burn all of the books.
Yeah, so still not recommended.
Just run through the corridor. How bad can it be?
Like, how many reflex saves is that?
There are no reflex saves. The books are pretty good at their job of hitting people.
Oh,
It's a
No
Lich's
rolls.
dungeon. It's not babies first.
So I wouldn't be able to like cartwheel and backflip my way through it.
I mean, if you're fast enough, maybe you could outrun the books flying at you.
I mean, I could try, but then again, everybody else.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well,
too small brain.
I'm going to scout ahead then, since I cannot just go through this place.
Yep.
Yeah, just leave everybody else.
Stomp.
Clearly, it's like in Skyrim where the lever is behind.
I mean, the fact that none of you are having any interesting ideas on how to circumvent the strap that don't require very fancy means is beyond me, but...
I mean, like, we tried looking for a way to turn it off. We tried, like, thinking of destroying the books.
Yeah.
We tried just running through.
Then what haven't you tried yet? That's really obvious.
So what kind of roll would you like? A perception one or a
For
raw
what?
intelligence one? No idea. Spotting some solution.
We're gonna go with Galter here.
Or giving a clue.
The guy who has the right idea as to how to solve this problem.
Or the right idea of just having maximum damage resistance by luck and walking through.
We'll say that Ade had the right idea.
Being small? Okay, sure.
No.
Carry
I think
through.
Belmore's figured it out.
Yeah, but didn't tell anyone.
Well, he doesn't have to.
Okay, well, if there really is a lever on the other side, then
Nope.
Could I just carried everyone through?
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, they're too big.
Could I just walk through slowly?
They're
I
not
don't know,
T-Rexes.
maybe it's like... I was going to say, maybe it's movement-based. Throw
I mean,
I'm spitballing.
you're free to try, but at this point, we're going to start throwing books at you if you want to try something.
Since
It's
I'm...
an illusion.
And be
since I'm
careful, these
still a
DMGs are very
diamond,
heavy.
I should be fine, I suppose.
Anyway, our good friend Galter finds himself in the Lich's fine lair. This room is what's the right term? Ostentatious. It's extremely fancy. It's too fancy, in fact. A good way to imagine this room is it's like the size of a pretty big house in empty space, and it has a raised dais upon which sits the shrine, and like the shrine itself has a roof. It's like a gazebo that's indoors. And there's lots of lights, lots of fancy carvings of like a man was powerful and capable. And you see the Paladin loudly shouting at the floating skull that's like in a corner somewhere. They're having a shouting match.
Okay. What are they shouting about? And is the water skeleton somewhere?
The skeleton's being held at bay by one hand of the Paladin.
Ah. Okay.
Come down here, you coward, and fight me like a man! Yeah. Why should I fight you like a man? You're not a man. Just a thing. Yeah.
It's a flying skeleton. Oh, flying skull. I just loudly clear my throat.
Your reinforcements have arrived, I see. I have no reinforcements. I only have the forces of good in my heart. That is all I need.
Right. So what's the hold up here?
Hold up. I'm not at some sort of attraction where this guy's holding you up.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of my house and take this guy with you.
Well, why haven't you taken him out then?
Well, I tried my finest circle of death on him, and that didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And then he started swinging that sword at me. I don't know. He's annoying. Get him out of here.
All right.
I don't want to waste any more spells on this idiot.
Did we get a name for this guy? The Paladin?
I don't know.
I wonder if he labeled his diary.
Yeah.
Ah.
Their diary. This is Paladin.
His name is Pascal Haskin. What a name.
You just made it.
If you're going to complain...
Hasking.
Yep.
Alright. Well, so Hasking, what's the hold up here?
I cannot reach him, for he is high in the sky, like a pie. And I am down here.
Like a fork. Right.
A pie is known for being high in the sky.
Sounds like a good pie to me.
So you have nothing ranged in your gear then?
A bow and arrow is for the fools.
Ranged combat is for cover.
A real man gets in nice and close and uses a fine blade like this, and he holds up a weapon with a platinum blade and a golden handle.
Right. Right. So how high up is the skull?
Ugh, this is a really big room. He's like, well, 60 feet off the ground, 30 feet to you because of how the dais is raised.
30 feet.
Why are you made of metal anyway? Are you a golem? You're very talkative for a golem.
Curse.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, because Numbnuts over here isn't even affected by that.
Okay. So, if I took a running jump, using the dais as a platform, could I reach the skull?
Upwards? No.
No. Upwards is a different formula, and a lot harder.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I
It
can't.
seems neither of us have the tools to take care of this fiend. Then leave!
Let's see. I start digging around in my bag of holding.
Oh.
Pull out a masterwork crossbow. Light masterwork crossbow. Yeah, I've had this here somewhere.
I can't believe you would debase yourself with such simple tools.
Well, flexibility is good in the field, so you don't end up swinging at empty air, looking like a fool.
If you want the full details, he's like hanging on the pillar of the gazebo as he tries to stretch out as far as he can to reach the skeleton. It's honestly just...
So, I start loading my crossbow.
The Lich is very unimpressed.
Let's see if this even does anything to it.
You pling a bolt at him. He doesn't even try to dodge. It just sort of lodges in his eye socket. All right, I'm getting kind of sick and tired of more and more people getting into my room. What do you even want?
Well, to be entirely honest, I just here for the sword. We are here for the sword, really.
I don't have any swords.
Point at the Paladin.
Oh.
That sword.
This is my sword, and I will use it to depose many a vile king, starting with him.
Yeah. We also have a wild king to depose, one that's actually living and doing something.
Ah, marvelous. But we cannot leave a half-done job undone. Are you here alone, or have you brought friends?
They are kind of stuck behind the bookcase hallway.
Really now? Why is that? Do
How
they
did
not
you
have
get
tools
across?
of a champion?
I haven't body made of iron.
What do you mean, champion's tools? You stole them at my sarcophagi! I need those for my skeletons.
Oh.
You could have literally just hidden a barrel.
Yeah, but all we were told were there's books in here, not barrels and sarcophagi.
There are barrels, but none of you ever considered, what if we just hide in something?
Yeah, and then
That's
what
what
if
I
it gets
meant-
carried?
I mean, you always could try.
I mean,
I said these were open
It's-
questions.
yeah.
Anyway, he requests that you bring your finest cleric so we can dispose this foul fiend.
I guess we'll do that while Galta's off doing things. Just suddenly have a surprise brainwave and go and like grab one of the. I think there was a sarcophagus in a few rooms back. Walk back, grab that, carry it over. Kind of, you know, Trojan horse our way across.
Meanwhile, Galta is pondering whether it'd be easier to kill the Lich or the Paladin.
Yeah, I would like to get in there before fucking Galta ruins everything.
We'll say that you get there before Galter does anything too rash.
I am
Although
pondering-
honestly, it's getting a bit frustrating how, you know, Griff keeps making squeaky noises.
What?
And it's all that bouncy. Like every step he takes, he bounces
Yeah.
like he's incorrectly animated. Or just very, you know.
Right.
Squeaky wet. Jumping around. I'm a platformer now.
Alright. You enter the fancy dais room, and you see Galter, and a paladin, and a skull, and a skeleton, and they're all arguing.
Lovely.
Ah, got here.
Totally not by Deus Ex marketing the solution from the guy in charge.
I mean, you probably heard him shout this.
Probably. He's a paladin and that's a lich and they're both very loud.
I mean, they're shouting very loud, yes. Probably because the tensions are running high.
I'm gonna try and diffuse the situation. Just kind of like try and talk them both down and get to try and solve this like civilized individuals.
Use that,
Surely we can overcome our
use that
differences.
kitty charm.
I don't think you can talk down a paladin, but you can try.
Yeah. Talk down
Is
to
that-
paladin and like their most sworn enemy, the king of the
Go
undead.
ahead, my good
You
sir.
do stand,
Give me your finest kitty cat smile.
to be really stubborn.
Wow, a 3.
Well, the fun part is you still have a chance.
Do you want to use the hero point?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea, if I'm honest.
Don't need to roll that much higher.
Yeah.
How do you spend the hero point? Do you make it a plus
Like a
4 or do you
ton of-
reroll?
Reroll because I can't do much worse than a 3.
And
But
that
You have a
last
10%
roll-
chance of
Yeah.
rolling worse.
But fucking watch me.
The dice. Okay.
There we go,
Nice.
thank-
Well, the paladin is gonna give it a hot minute. Let's see what is the this guy has for a sense motive. Oh, oh no. The lich just keeps telling you to fuck off, please. This is my house. But the
But if I
paladin's
can
My
convince
house.
you've convinced the paladin.
I can convince the paladin to fuck off, and then that's the solution solved.
That said, the way he interprets it is we must regroup and figure out our plans elsewhere.
Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna steal his sword, so he's not gonna be able to come back.
Look, I just toss his show, like, get the paladin, toss my arm over his shoulder if he doesn't have armor spikes.
He's not Galter, no.
Yeah, he's a paladin. It's probably all shiny and
Armor spikes is kind of
stupid
niche.
looking.
Yeah, and kind of just whisper to him, yo, if you want a fly spell tomorrow,
I want a fly spell today. Are you a wizard?
I am a wizard.
Why don't you have 10 fly... I always remember my wizards. They had 10 fly spells in their pockets, and 10 more in their eyeballs.
It just happens I have not prepared it today. Also, we just came back from another outing, so I didn't have a chance. Look, Do you want to camp out somewhere around here for the night?
You can't camp in my house. I can hear you, I know.
How about we go after the legs or something first? Maybe that'll make him calm down.
Maybe you could talk about this like away from the guy in charge.
No.
Look, I was trying to be discreet by whispering.
I need those legs for my dance macabre. You hear me?
Yeah.
That's macabre.
For
You
now,
wouldn't
let's
believe it
get
till you
back.
saw it.
For now, let's get back to like the acid.
Yeah.
By the way, Gubert is still about and just looking at everything and saying nothing at all.
Scold's voice kind of metallic as well.
Probably.
It's kind of resonating a bit. Like a steel drum.
Yeah, you get out of here, you kids. Go get a nap.
Oh man, Gubert can do now Darth Vader impressions.
Yes. Bow before him.
Well,
In his
more
ancient
more
wizard
like a deep-voiced guy shouting into a barrel kind of impression.
In other news, I might need to leave the session early. Not just yet, but earlier than usual.
All right. Moving on. You have the Paladin outside the room now.
Alright.
He keeps suggesting a variety of terrible ideas on how to get this Lich.
Okay. How about maybe if we kill the legs first, that'll make him calm down. Who knows? Maybe they are invisible legs.
Shouldn't we actually look for his phylactery? It's a freaking Lich.
Oh, I see someone has knowledge
Phylactery.
religion.
I would think that the freaking Paladin should know that the freaking Lich has a phylactery normally.
You think this Paladin would know?
Yeah,
No, but he's so full of himself, so maybe he should know.
I think the only thing he's full of is hot air.
I'm pretty sure you can buy flying potion for him, given that it's 3rd level. So he didn't even buy one of those.
Yeah, what an idiot.
He has charisma, not intelligence, please.
He probably had a
Just
party
like
that
me.
died getting the sword.
You think like any people would want to hang around with this guy for that long?
Nah, you're right. If we get a fine means, if we get those legs down, he will have no leg to stand on, and then we can get him. He can't fly without his legs.
Maybe.
Why would he be able to fly without his legs?
Not
Maybe
even
he
point
can
out
flap
how
his
ludicrous
arms.
of a statement that is.
Maybe he flaps his arms so he can fly with his arms. We also have to
Boy,
use
are
our
my
legs.
arms tired.
He's actually not flying, he's just holding at the roof with his arms, so...
Anyway. Are you going after the legs then? Or is this some scheming plot?
So I have rope tricks, so if you'll want to camp out for the night, it's possible.
Sure. But,
If we can convince the Paladin to stick around long enough, then sure. Because I feel like his justice sense is going to have him running off in the middle of the night anyway.
There's a
Plus, isn't this place hella cursed? I don't know
Yes,
if,
but I imagine the
like,
rope trick dimension
saying
would
that
not
is a
be.
good idea.
there's a Ogla comic that fits this situation.
Of course there is.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is rather a gimmick.
Each arm alone is very much secret tree. Oh, I like how it worked it too. Fucking
Freaking
piece by...
Ogla.
Oh, I get it! Fucking piece by piece. Oh, that's great.
Freaking Oglaf is great.
If you want to fight a skeleton, you must fight him bone for bone.
Destroy his calcium intake
The
first.
leg bone's connected to the thigh bone.
The leg bone's connected to another bone.
If only Luther was here, he could tell us all about the bones.
By bone. Working up from the toes to the metal.
Anyway, you have Paladin, you have plots and ploys. Really, you only need the sword. After that, you could probably just kick him in acid if you really wanted to.
Well, yeah.
Kind of lean towards that.
That said, he has other things on him, so if you wanted his things, you would need him to not melt with all his things.
Just bonk him on the head.
Yeah, play that cartoon Kong, because he's probably that empty in there.
It's like hitting a coconut. Bonk. Right. Where were the legs? They were
To the
legs
north,
were?
in the crossroads.
Yeah.
north.
Marvelous! Let us move on! Behind me, my followers! Step, 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 step.
Yeah.
Have him go first so that if there's any traps, he'll just die and we can take the sword.
I mean, he seems to have had better luck than us figuring out how to get past the traps, so...
I mean, it's entirely possible he just ate shit and then use some healing magic.
Either way, we can just use him as our canary to go through all the problems first.
Well, he is the
That'd
party
be
leader,
good
so he'd
party
probably do
member.
it. Also, because of his level, he can do like 66 of healing 15 times a day, so yes, he probably just ate shit and healed himself.
Right then. Brave Sir Knight, lead the way.
Right behind me. Wouldn't want you scorching up. You're just a support after all. Taking brave steps forward, he leads you to the Legorium.
Alright.
In front of you are the big and imposing leg doors. They show
My
you the
favorite.
proper instructions on how to squat.
Hopefully we don't need any legerdemain to get through here.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh,
Leg
that's not like
jokes.
an American spider.
Going through the mighty doors of legs, you find yourself in a dimly lit hallway. The hallway is filled to...
spiders of Ling here.
Indeed. A fine collection of multi-legged creatures, from octopi to spiders, has been set up and stuffed around this place. They're set up in such a way that it's difficult to go anywhere. There seems to be an exit to the north, to the east, and to the west. Behind all these weirdos. This looks most perilous. I say we climb over these display cases and avoid whatever traps they've laid out on the ground.
These blade cases might be the trap, but...
He tries to climb on solid glass.
Okay. Does it work?
What do you think?
No, but I'm asking. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, maybe this guy's got some, like, crazy amazing shit going on.
He has
We don't
crazy
know.
amazing shit, but none of it helps with climbing on just slippery glass.
Yeah, well... I'm just gonna walk through the how many doors were there? And
North,
there's
there's
doors.
3. So you came from the south, you're at the south section. There's one to the north, to the west, and to the east. You can look through the glass display cases and all.
Oh, okay.
The
Are
ceiling is pretty high, but the cases don't reach.
Are the doors marked in any way?
Yes. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3.
Wait, what?
Huh.
3 legs,
I hope this isn't that kind of, you know.
tripod.
Ooh.
The third leg is his beepus.
Damn it!
Oh,
I mean, at this point, it's more of a boner.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Petrified. Well, I'm heading for the north door then. I'm just walking through here. I can't walk on these things. They will just crush everything if I try to climb
You
on
would
top of
you would
them,
probably
so-
cause the glass to immediately shatter, yes. Walking forward, the display cases don't seem to do much other than requiring you to make a will saving throw when you move through.
Oh. Will saving throw. Me. Glass. Check on. Is this a fear or mind affecting effect?
It's both.
Ah, I get a bonus then. My
Do
steel
those
will.
stack then, because you have bonus for both?
Now I imagine it's just an either or. Does it count as either category? Yes, then you get the one bonus.
Oh, yes.
Whatever.
Hey. 4.
Your brain is strong. While you are technically affected by the spell, you disbelieve its illusions as the glass cases appear to shatter. And the things inside appear to move towards you to strike, but you're like, that's fake. I'm smart.
There's some sort of illusion here, so, keep your wits about you.
Excellent. But next time I recommend that I go first. I know how to handle these traps better than anyone.
Rightio.
He walks in and gives you a slap on the back. So how long have you been metal?
How
About
long,
half an hour.
how long have I been metal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably about 15 minutes, half an hour, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit longer.
About
How
that
long
time.
have I been squishy?
Like 10 minutes.
Yeah, you've not
Good.
been a rat for hours yet.
That's time.
I'm straight away.
All right. Well, since you're like smart enough to have figured this out, you can get everyone across without them striking into a furious panic and dying from mental anguish.
Yeah, they're just stuffed animals. Things.
You head up to door leg 2.
Yes.
Leg 2, the sequel to Leg.
The
Indeed.
middle leg.
As you open the door to leg 2, you see a leg. It's dancing by itself. A quick glance
Alright.
reveals that it is a left leg.
Oh, we found the dancing leg.
Excellent. We will destroy it and show that skeleton what's up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my assistant. Show me what you got. He gives you a slap on the back.
It's a leg.
Okay.
Where's everyone else?
Guess I'm
Fine.
not skipping leg day today.
Probably behind the buff dudes.
Excellent.
So I imagine Valentine is going to kneecap it.
I mean, could certainly give it a go. Probably booby trapped all hell, but I guess I can do a targeted strike on the leg.
The leg puts up no fight. It is a leg, and it's dancing. However,
I feel bad.
interrupting the leg has consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Is it a good idea to interrupt the dance? I didn't like that usually. I mean, I can speak. I'm still aware.
Squeak, squeak.
I'm still
Squeak,
baby.
squeak, red noise.
Leave me alone. I am baby.
Squeak, squeak, stinky.
So the leg just shatters when being shot.
Well, if you give it a good old... Well, you probably have to use like a bludgeoning weapon to hit it properly, but other than that, yes.
And I also do get to do an attack.
You strike the Lich's leg, and it falls silent. In return, everything gets real loud.
What?
Remember he said he was dancing the dance macabre?
Yeah.
all of those skeletons and stuffed creatures outside are actually awakening now.
Nice.
Wait,
Huh.
it was dancing to keep them down. Weird.
Dead legs
Yeah,
switch.
Yeah, that's actually a thing, if I remember correctly.
Do you want to fight a large assorted collection of large, dangerous animals like T-Rexes and... Well, actually, not T-Rex, like giant octopi, giant spiders. That is a tree, and it's really spooky.
Trees?
Not a tree person. Let me look up the name of it. Well, let's just say it's an eldritch tree.
Oh. There's a Dark Young in there?
Yes, I think that's what it's called.
Man, that's a collection.
I mean, yes, but also yes.
So, like,
I guess it does have legs, yeah.
In a sense, if you squint a little.
All of them, if I recall correctly.
Man, I really look at War Bestiary 6. That's such a different style going for it. Anyway, I'm gonna look this up so you can see what I mean when I say eldritch tree.
So, there's a stuffed... Oh yeah, oh it's a three-legged thing. Oh,
Jeez.
yeah. That depends. Oh, that's not what...
I mean, the one that came with the Pathfinder book is this. That's the wrong thing. Why does it give me a message? I wanted an address.
Oh, what a nice message. I can read everything in there.
Yes.
Excellent.
That's
Okay, that's-
unpleasant.
Okay, that's not the Dark Young.
Oh, what's the Dark Young? Show me. Oh, Dark Young. I see.
Lovecraftian.
Oh boy. Yeah, I know what those are. Oh boy. What a handsome bunch of fellows those are.
Yeah. Well, then the cold mouths and the legs.
I love how they are literally just dog trees.
Hmm?
Don't they look like dog trees? Come on. They got the feral lower body, and they're trees, so it has to be dogs. Because cats don't like trees, dogs like trees.
Well, that depends on the artist, I'm guessing. Some of these are very much not dog-like.
Yeah, some of them will have like goat legs, because I think they're associated with the dark goat.
Yes, they are her Dark Young. Or it's Dark Young.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. But yes, things are awakening.
Yeah.
And, yes. Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
I don't want to go back through there.
I mean, you can hide in the room, but...
Whole undead zoo out there. Yeah, they're stuffed animals.
So please roll me some initiative.
Duh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. In the meantime, let me pull up the respective sheets of all these ridiculous animals. So you have a giant octopus. We have a giant tarantula.
Well, it's just like home.
Exactly. It's just like home. These are all like, you know, if you were to fight one of them by yourself, it'd already be a bit of a pickle. There's like a room of 16, 20 of them.
Great.
I mean, you're the ones who thought it would be a great idea to start exploring a Lich's dungeon.
No, it was the Paladin.
Yes. Yes. Yes, it was. And I don't know why you think he's smart.
Yeah, now that I've met him, I could say this is unsurprisingly a horrible idea.
The amount of times I give people warnings and they just do the stupidest shit, it's just... I don't even have to try, really.
Well, no, yeah.
I could give you a bucket of acid and you just jump into it. Oh, god dang it. I don't know which ones are the real ones here. Give me a moment. I was on a different place because I needed to look at my map. There, I'll just slap some tokens down. Let's see. We got this. God, wrong place. We got the letter S for spider. We have a letter Y for tree. And the letter O for octopus.
Soy.
See, now I can add mass turn again. I'm so annoyed that couldn't happen before. Let's roll their initiatives and see when they decide to start moving. They'll probably go for the loud and proud paladin first, since he's, shouting. Alright, this one gets 10. Mr. Spider gets 7. No, wait, Spider also gets 10. How funky. How funky. And Mr. Octopus has a plus 6, 15, so 21. There's a lot of tentacles about to fly your way. Ade gets to move first, as they notice the glass display cases are getting pushed at. They're going to break out in a turn.
Oh, so we have like a... How large is the room that they are in?
I mean, if you booked it across, you might be able to make it before they start grabbing people.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's probably the plan. I don't want to fight all of these things.
The paladins are going to
Paladin
stand
does,
and
that's
fight.
up to him.
Can we get a B for a bear in there?
Yes, why not? Here's a B. It's for bear.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, I
No,
probably
just
should
in
put an
case.
S in for Mr. Paladin.
Boys.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town. The paladin has a -1 initiative. Because he's an idiot. And doesn't understand the importance of going first.
Understandable.
I like how many 10s were rolled on this. Alright, back to Ade.
Ade goes and grabs the remains of the leg.
Ade has leg remains in the mouth.
Carrying, well, yes, she does have arms, so carrying a leg. Well, leg bones.
The octopuses begin pushing at the walls. However, they are octopi. So they can't really do that by pressure alone since they are too squishy. So they just start slapping the glass. Galter, that is some wet noise.
Yeah. Right. So, are they coming for us, or are they just milling around?
As of right now, the animals seem to be trying to escape their confines.
Keep their confines. Okay. All sorts of big animals in there.
Multi-legged animals, too. Anything that is more than 2 or 4, depending on how it stands.
Okay.
So... I recommend you form a tight group around me.
All right. Grouping around
And
the
then together we move to the exit.
wizard. All right. Grouping around the wizard, and I will have try to check if the creatures are behaving with animal behavior or with intent. If I may.
Okay, you're going to try to read them? Go ahead.
Oh. Would that be... Since motive or handle animal?
For the animals, I say handle animals are a bit more appropriate.
Yeah. Let's see if my 3 points help me here. Yep.
I mean, what do you want to know?
Well, whether they are acting like just the regular animals or undead monsters thirsting for our blood for no real reason.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Okay. Okay.
Carl, what is the plan?
Well, once everyone is grouped up, I have dimensional steps, which lets me teleport everyone 40 feet across the room.
Oh,
Okay.
So if the room is like 70, like less than 70 feet across, we get to make it out of the opposite end.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
However, I forgot that the Paladin has a turn, and he's going to cast a fine spell indeed. Magic Circle versus Evil. As a result, since everyone's kind of bundled up, everyone gains the benefits of protection from evil.
Yeah.
As long as they're within 10 feet of him. And then he starts running towards one of the glass cages. God damn it.
well, have fun.
I mean, if I don't take him along, then it's 45.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I mean, these creatures will probably just destroy him. A man can only smite so much.
Okay, then I guess, like, this doesn't really work in initiative, because now I need to presumably, like, move towards him to cast, and then everyone else isn't there to be...
I mean, you
teleported.
can say as a group that you spend your whole turn with this plan. I'm fine with that.
Okay, who's in?
I'm in.
Okay,
Yeah.
then that's what happens.
Does Dimension Step have a saving throw if the person is unwilling?
At 8th level, you can use this ability to teleport up to 30 feet per day as a standard action. You can bring other willing creatures with
He's
you,
not willing.
so no. So
He's not
no,
willing.
I guess. Okay, and then I guess we just leave him here because he's an idiot.
No, it's because you are not heroic heroes fighting for the good cause.
Yeah, we are cowardly heroes running so that we can fight this cause another day.
Cowards whose souls will be condemned to hell forever for running away from an honorable fight.
Well, we are fighting for a different good cause. Not this one. We don't
Yeah,
really,
this cause can kind of fall by the wayside, really.
Yeah, we don't really care about this one.
It's not our fight.
This Lich is just trying to get a nap, god dang it.
Yeah, the Lich wasn't doing much, I don't think.
Except
I mean,
cursing everybody that enters his home, but yeah.
Alright,
we need to enter his home to do it.
so what's the plan, kids? You still teleport over, I assume?
Yeah, loop zoop our way out of here, and then
I mean, if we just leave him here so that he dies, and then I guess we can like come back for his body later and give him the resurrection.
Or, fly in there invisible and grab the sword.
Yeah,
I haven't.
yeah, that was my idea.
that might work. It might. I mean, who's ever heard of things that can see with senses other than sight? Who've heard of that? Those don't exist.
Yeah. If you're flying, most of them can't do much.
Alright, we'll say that by the end of the next turn, you all are at the door and outside. The creatures will not go there.
Right.
I would like to ask Valentin to try to appeal to the Paladin's sense of if I know. Whatever.
Mention that. Oh, just get out of it.
Could just basically call out to him and go, "You're outmatched and outgunned. If you die here, you'll never defeat the Paladin or the
Roll
Lich."
me some diplomacy to convince him to abandon his noble cause and great heroics.
Of fighting stuffed animals.
Yes. If you frame it like that, yes.
Yeah.
23. Let's see what his sense motive has to say. As he comes to his senses, he doesn't believe you. He rolls a 20. He feels you're a fool for doing so. He demands that you come fight with him.
He can go eat a ham.
Anyway, let me just look at the raw numbers here and see how that's going to pan out, because I'm not rolling for all these creatures. Let's see. That's probably going to hit once. That's going to hit once. But that's going to hit once. All right. Oh, that's 4 tentacle attacks. Huh. I thought, yeah. Do we want the summary judgment, just like the wrapped up version of this, or do you want the play-by-play?
Whatever you prefer.
Given my time crunch, I think the summary would probably...
So
throw in some highlights.
So the tree monster that does something with tentacles and starts to suck the color out of him. As in, he suffers charisma drain, and the creature heals. And then there's a lot of psychic blasts. There's a lot of collateral. Some of the spiders' heads explode. Some of the octopuses go insane. There's ink everywhere. What it's floating in, who knows? This fog is probably thick enough for that. Who knows? There's barbed hairs floating in the air because the spider does all that crap. God damn. By the end of this, the room is just a choking mess. And it's quiet. You can't see much into the room.
Pepperoni.
There's just ink and web and barbed hairs. There were lots of heroic shouts, though. What a hero.
What?
God, does he live? Doing something really fucking stupid.
Well,
The sword's in there.
With all the big scary things.
am I still made of metal?
It's gonna run out real soon. You can feel your pinky toe starting to feel fleshy.
Oof. Okay. Can you haste me? Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe I can just rush in there, grab the sword, and run out. While this weird curse still runs through me.
Yeah, or maybe... Can we somehow stealth in there? I don't know.
Probably take a lot to stealth our way through that.
Yeah.
Not invisibility, but like, yeah.
I mean, I have an invisibility left if he wants it.
Well, we've still got the wand, don't we? Wand of invisibility sphere.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's up to you. You're the magic man.
I think I'm just going to spend my prepared spells since I don't think we are going to be using them for anything else today.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, who are we making visible?
I mean, it's probably going to help you with your suicidal run.
I think the metal
Okay.
clanging is the bigger attractor.
I mean, I could go, but like, I'm very squishy. So if this fails, I'm done for.
He might not have an engine, but he's still as subtle as a car.
Well, I don't think wizards will get silence. I don't know.
Clearly, I just have to summon mad monkeys that grab the sword.
Ooh.
Mad monkeys. Oh my god. Yes.
I mean, if you want to, we could try that.
Oh yeah. Since we're doing all this, I guess I might as well see what the next is gonna be. No, you've already been hit. Alright. It's this time Minna who gets to roll me the DC 20 will save to not be cursed. How about
20. Yeah.
20? Thick layer of curse.
Save the will.
Right.
Oh. Wait, does it actually lengthen it to willpower? Huh. Huh. Minna's affected by a curse.
Attempt 1, disarm or steal combat maneuver. Each turn as free action. They're freaking crazy.
They're mad
Oh.
monkeys, man. What were you expecting?
Yeah,
Okay.
Some work. Actually, it's gonna transform into something that's good in stealth. Cast Coyote Slide on myself for more stealth. I don't know. Just everything at once. What?
Ade decides that it's a good idea to eat a lich. On
Pretty sure
Ade's
that's
next
bad for
bite
the stomach.
attack, whatever they bite becomes paralyzed. Unless they make a specific check.
Huh.
DC 18. Fort.
Oh,
Yes.
You could also cast maybe plant growth, so they basically can't move.
Mate,
We have a lot of stuff we can try, but I don't know what the best thing should be.
The
Also-
plan seems to be like either we could just have stack me with buffs so I could run in there fast and invisible and grab the thing and run out again while Griff like holds everyone still and Belmore looks at Hanson.
Yeah, or we do the Mad Monkey thing, or
it's up to you.
yeah, I'm thinking.
What is Lion's Shield? Let's take a look. Nice.
Ade's doing their best.
I mean, Ade's bite is what inflicts the paralysis. But I assume that the initial process does also paralyze them.
You can just grab them by the tail.
Fun
and use
fact,
them as
the,
a
the
warhammer.
specific effect of paralyzing touch from a Lich specifies that they seem dead, and only a DC 20 perception or a 15 heal check can identify that they're still alive. So, Galter has like a brief moment, he's like, oh no! Again!
Minor heart attack, just no.
Anyway, kids, you need to come up with a plan.
Yeah.
At this point, Galter has ceased to be metal.
oh, 800 for too long.
I mean, you're already like at the edge, so it's fair enough to say that by the time these guys got to a decision.
Yeah.
So, the thing that's always like got to me is like, if you're a prepared spellcaster, how do you know what you have prepared? Like, is the process so intense that you just remember at all times, or what? Because there's got to be something like a list you can call to your head.
Yeah.
I'm sure clerics can like page their god, like, hey, what do I got on stuff today?
I mean, that's why it takes an hour to prepare them. Lots of
I mean,
memorization.
in AD&D, it took hours.
And yeah, loading bullets into your
It takes 15 minutes per
magic-
spell level.
magic
It's your
bullet.
brain gun.
Yeah.
The room is
How-
quiet now, though,
brain
so
chamber.
whatever's
How
going on in there.
heavy is the sword?
All you need is the sword, yes.
Yeah, how heavy is the sword?
Not
Can
very.
It's
could
heavy.
I carry it while I'm being tiny?
If you give me a moment, I can look up some basic information on carrying capacity.
Swords are generally like 2 kilograms.
What's your strength? What would your strength be?
My strength would be.
Oh, I think, yeah. No, there's no way. Yes, you could just carry it just fine.
Yeah, I would have -2 at S.
Like, tiny is only
yeah.
half.
Yeah.
Like, swords are only like 2 kilograms.
Yep.
So...
Your strength score would have to be like 4 or lower, or like 3 or lower
Yeah,
to
okay.
not be able to carry it out.
So I could basically get in there as a
Baby.
baby, just grab it and fly out with all the buffs on me.
Do that then.
Okay.
Probably safer than me running in.
So actually,
Yeah.
could I carry it as a bat? That would be diminutive. It's even
Well, I
better.
just closed the carrying capacity. Let's see, diminutive. That's a quarter, and at that point, you're starting to pinch it.
But I mean, the Paladin might have some good shit on him anyway.
Yeah, he might. He got a cool line shield, and he seems quite resistant to physical damage. Not to mention he had a winning smile. Wink.
I don't think we can steal that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna transform
It's
into
because you don't try hard enough. Listen, all you need is some tongs.
Guess Luther might be
Impromptu
able to do that.
dentistry.
Yeah, I think
Paladin's
I'm gonna,
dentures.
Oh, that's also
I'm gonna
good, so-
transform into a tiny hawk, then cast. Where is my freaking spell? Second
Depend-
was chameleon slide on me, so I have +4 bonus and stealth checks and have concealment.
I have an idea.
Yes.
I use Mage Hand to grab the sword.
What is the range on Mage Hand?
45 feet.
Nope.
Okay.
Little out of the range, unfortunately.
That was a good idea, though.
That was if you had something like extend, you could, but not like this.
I have Extend spell, but you're thinking of Widen.
Oh yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I always get those wrong.
Oh, yeah, extend his duration.
It makes me wiggle.
Okay, so... amendment to that idea.
Yes.
Hey, Groblex, do you want to summon a distraction storm? Or, like, try the monkey relay to get
Yeah.
it closer?
I mean, I could summon the monkeys just to distract them and then fly in and grab the sword.
Just summon the monkeys to carry the sword a bit closer.
Ah, yeah, that's what. Let's try that.
Galta's having a pet ownership moment.
The mad monkeys will succeed at bringing the sword a bit closer. This is
Yeah,
not up to
and
questioning.
Yeah, and I'm going to summon like a bear as a distraction, I guess.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well, the sword is now closer. It is within Mage Hand reach.
Well, I mage hand it over.
You have the
You
sword.
mage hand the body and drag that towards us.
Nope,
Is that
too heavy.
5
Okay.
pounds. The sword is 4.
Okay. Well, we got the sword.
So unfortunately, you leave behind a lot of stuff. Oh well, it's
Well,
dangerous in there.
we-
This is the safe answer.
Yeah, we can get it later. We
Sure,
don't need stuff anymore.
sure. He's not gonna ask compensation and sell off the guy's body or anything. No, that's not how liches work. They don't. That's.
I mean,
that's-
liches don't generally go to markets.
Skeleton,
pay the
sell
rent.
his body for me. I want a
I
couch.
imagine
Just in the market, there's these skeletons with a paladin corpse, just like rattling to a vendor, and the vendor's haggling with the skeletons.
I imagine the Lich doing a freaking dance, being happy that the freaking annoying paladin is dead.
I never liked the guy anyway, but that only means I'm paying you less. Nyah! Hilarious. What a joke. I'm laughing my little tookus off.
Tee-hee.
You have a very elaborate sword.
Can't wait to meet the magic man again outside.
Magic Man!
Magical man!
I am the Magic Man, and you'll never stop me.
So what kind of sword is this?
It is a long sword, and it has all kinds of magic.
Okay.
I'll give you a spellcraft once you get out of this horrible, horrible place and like to the surface.
Yes. This place is-
Alright. Give me
thick
some
with
magic
curse.
E.
So, if anybody asked, the Paladin was already dead, okay?
If anyone asks.
Oh,
If-
yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead in a room of creatures.
Yeah, I mean, technically you didn't commit any murder or anything.
No,
Like,
not
we tried
really.
our best to save him. It's just our best is not great.
We
I
failed
mean-
at a correct retreat.
Well, magic E.
Right, right.
I love how we already decided the. I love how we already decided the first round to ditch the Paladin. Like, it was clear from the beginning on if something happens that's really awful. Yeah, just forget the Paladin, who cares?
No, I tried to dimension step him out of there as well.
Yeah.
He wasn't willing, so like not.
Yeah, it's more his own fault, actually, yeah.
Let's roll.
Nice. Alright. The weapon has the following properties. It has the effects of Bane and Vorpal when used to fight. Well, it has Bane towards like rulers that are evil, like mean people, people with selfish or weird interests. Rulers in general, they fear this blade. As it is Bane and Vorpal, which means you can chop their head off on a natural 20, and it hits like a truck. Let's see, I had a thing open here for a moment so I can actually tell you what this effect does, but where did it go? Why did I close it? Why do I keep closing everything that I need? Oh yeah, dueling. The base weapon is a +2 longsword. However, it changes into a short sword or a rapier depending on the person using it.
Ooh.
So yes. What's the full name? It is a... I don't know what the order is. Whatever. It's a... How do you put this? Royalty? It's just ruler. Ruling class Bane. A +2 ruling class Bane Vorpal. Dueling. Longsword / short sword / rapier. It is the Kingslayer blade. There. That's a name you can say. If it's used against anything that isn't a ruler or sovereign of any kind, it's just a +2.
Alright.
Neat.
The dueling effect still works for the whole fight, though. That's not specific to that person, but there needs to be a ruler in the fight for it to work. Dueling is fancy.
Nice, time to kill all the kings.
Well, mostly just one.
Yeah,
But after that, who knows?
yeah.
Our whole lives ahead of us.
Alright, is this the point where you leave the dungeon?
Hopefully. I mean, I said I wouldn't even make the spellcraft check before we left the down. So if I made it, that
Good
means
God.
we left.
Let's please get out of here and never think about this again.
Yeah, I don't wanna get cursed even more.
Alright.
Do I still bounce around?
Oh. As you make your way back surface side, with the helpful little kobold, who is kind of upset that you didn't bring any treasure for him, jackasses.
He can have a half-eaten leg if he wants.
Jackasses. That's what you are.
Hey. Oh,
Should we just
yeah.
give him something that
You were
we
supposed to
have
bring
from-
loot.
Hey, this is a leg that
No!
belongs to a lich. You can ground it up and use it as, I don't know, magical component, poison.
He slaps
It
it out
has
of your
been
hand, and it starts falling down the
uses.
dark pit.
It is covered in dinosaur drool, so...
That might be a component too. I don't know.
Why are you doing this instead of like... Let me see.
Just give him something silly so he's quiet.
No, he's just very upset. You've betrayed this poor boy's trust.
We have like a cool onyx bracelet we found earlier. Would he be interested in that?
No.
Oh. Well. So with you then.
Find your own way out of here, then. Step, 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 step.
Man.
Nice.
You are standing on the small ledge with the weird door that went both ways and then did all kinds of weird stuff. And you watch the kobold again zip around between the disparate pieces of staircase all around the place.
Yep.
You realize that you don't know how to use these staircases.
Yeah. Oh.
What do we do?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
How rough is the stonework here?
Pretty rough. There are like grates at the top where water flowed into this, and those are smooth, but for the most part, it's like rough, jutting stone. This is a large chamber. Who cares?
Alright.
So, like, I imagine it's like a well with many doorways. Or just one.
Wait. The swarm damages objects?
Yes.
Oh no! Why are your monkeys like this? Griff! Train
I
them!
mean, you just take stuff and
Just start
slap
slapping
it
each other
all
on the
the
face
time.
with it.
yeah, tear it apart. I don't know.
That's what monkeys think. It's just gonna bang that thing around.
Hey, what does this do? What does this do? I don't know. Give it to me.
Bang it against the floor a few times.
Just imagine the tourist robe of the monkeys that take the camera of the tourist. Just throw it around.
Alright, well, if you guys want to figure this thing out on your own.
Alright. So, are we heading up or down?
You think you recall coming from up.
Alright.
We call anything more than that. Like where we came from before.
Well, I try to climb up then.
Just...
As you have some.
Is there
ideas.
like a... Like, do we know which platform or whatever we want to end up at?
You just kind of followed his clues last time.
Oh. Follow his clues. Okay. Can I just try to figure out the way? Like,
Well, if you're going to figure out the way, everyone has to make another curse check, because it takes a lot of time.
Oh, I just try to bend dungeoneering to the task.
It doesn't really help with just random staircases.
Okay.
It would help if it was a proper maze.
It's the messed up staircase.
Yeah, there's no spatial capacity you can employ.
Does this count as a magical item?
The staircase? Why?
Grasping at straws. Use magic device.
I mean, you're not using
Bend
it,
it
it's
to my-
using you.
Bend
You're the
this-
magical device.
bend the staircase to my will.
Yes, that's not how this works. I mean, if you were like a sorcerer or someone with that kind of power, maybe, but you're a dude with stick.
Yeah, well, I know stuff.
That's true.
Some amount of stuff. About how magic works.
What?
Yeah, and for some reason you don't want to delegate that.
Yeah, like, you can step in and give your own opinions and theories.
Yeah. Throwing ideas around.
So, how deep underground do you think we are?
You just want a dimension door out of here? Oh my.
I mean, not really,
Oh.
because I spent my dimensional steps already.
I was talking dimension door. You know, you can specify just a direction with that.
Yeah. I guess I have like one scroll of that, but like I would rather save it.
Time to just burrow outside as an earth elemental and ditch the group.
Screw you guys, I'm going home. I don't have a home, but I'm going there.
So it's like a empty cylinder with a staircase going around the outside, right?
No. There's just random bits of staircase all over the place. Imagine if like the whole thing was like a Rubik's Cube and someone just scattered the staircase bits all over the place.
Well, I mean, I have a grappling hook. I could throw the grappling hook up to a higher spot, and then we could all just climb up that and then just keep, you know, zigzagging our way up without actually walking up the
So
stairs.
you're gonna try something fancy that can only work out good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless anyone else has any better ideas, that's just what I can do as a non-magical, non-special cat person.
All right. Well,
My
in that case,
I could also fly up there so that we can actually reach the highest point for the hook. Just put it there.
my plan was to climb, so yeah.
yes.
Throw that grappling hook.
Well, go ahead. If you have a plan, give the call.
That's the plan I'm going with.
So the plan is one person's going climbing, one person is going to throw a hook, the other person's just going to fly over there, and then one person just kind of sits around, watching the fact that 3 people are trying the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, I can cast spells, or I can try to figure out the staircase with my like prodigious intellect.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. If anyone has any better ideas.
Well, like I said, you can get up the stairs to where you need to be, but you would automatically be forced to make a curse check because it takes some time to do it.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But you're not
I mean,
stuck, other than by your own unwillingness to take a curse.
I mean, if that's the only problem, then like, sure, we will take a curse check, whatever. We've been taking this.
Is anyone else
forever.
taking an alternative route?
Oh.
Because if Galter wants to do that climb thing, he can roll me some climb.
Yeah.
Now, there's one
I'm
tiny
climbing.
thing. Anyone who does, like, bypass what Carl is doing can either wait and still make the check, or just get out of there and leave them behind, with all the risks thereof.
Oh, let's see.
I'm gonna want to stay with the group. Like, if other people are just tanking the curse, I'll stick with everybody else, just in case, like, anything happens.
Yeah, same.
Oh. At least trying to climb ahead. Let's see.
Let's see. What do climb check DCs look like? 23's dang good, though.
Ring of climbing.
Oh, DC 20 is a typical dungeon wall. And with the 23, I think you can bypass that tiny annoying bit where, like, there's some slippery, mossy stone. So, Galter, at the very least, can leave without a curse if he leaves you all behind.
See? It's not that difficult.
Says the man made of muscle.
With a magical ring of climbing.
So how far is this in like Cartesian direction?
Why are you asking?
Because I have like 100 feet of rope.
100 feet of rope would get you to the exit, yes.
Okay, so who wants to just have Galter pull us up?
That works.
Got the
One of
likes
the-
to pull people up. Yeah, let's do that.
You're
Galter
so
already
confident,
climbed,
muscle
though.
boy.
What did you say?
Why would Galter have
Grappling
the rope?
hook. Just throw a grappling hook at Galter.
100 feet? Up?
I'd
You
get
need a bow
100
for that.
feet.
I'm just gonna transform into a bat and fly up there and give him the rope.
Alright. Alright. Sassy McSassass. You're still doing the thing I just said you should... where you're doing 3 different things for the same result.
But do-
Galter climbed over, then... Oh. Anyway, you succeed. How noodly armed is Carl?
I have like entire 10 strength, which says I can hold my own weight.
In that case, Galter can very slowly reel you up.
Yep.
And yes, as long as Valentine's arms aren't made of gelatin.
Yeah, I've got like +4 strength. I can easily make that.
In that case,
Valentine's secretly super strong.
Yeah, I've got better climb stat than Galter too, so I could probably, just go up the rope.
well, you're a cat. Of course you can climb. Jeepers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just have a climb speed. You just do that.
Well, I only put 2 points into climb, so difficult to be better.
I only put 1 in, but I've got like racial bonuses.
Okay, that helps.
However, despite your best efforts, there's still something that happens. Namely, that it just starts to rain.
Oh.
The entire like sewer system now just has rain clouds, and it's raining.
Ugh.
That's
gross.
Yes,
okay.
it makes the air smell really bad.
I'm definitely having a bath when we get out of this.
Yeah.
And so, because I assume Carl has the big brain, you manage to make your way back to the kobold's place and climb out, smelling not good.
Yeah.
You found the sword, and you made it out alive.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Better than no.
So are you guys okay with taking like a few days of downtime?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, there's cleaning up to do, letting Ade rest, letting us rest.
Yeah.
Having a bath or 12.
Yes. Like, I need to
That's the
clean my
first time
armor.
I've heard of a cat that would want to bath
He
actively.
just got
Cats
showered.
don't often go into sewers and then get rained on with sewer water. You get
Cats-
splashed with acid.
Cats also don't have guns.
I'm not too sure about that.
Either way, I have that scroll of remove curse that I would like to... I would like to say that I copied over into my spellbook like ahead of time yesterday.
Alright.
So for the next like 2 days, I'm going to just prepare 3 remove
Just
curse.
slap everyone. Okay, in that case, everyone will be cured of their curses before anything too terrible happens. Although Griff still feels kind of bouncy.
If that's more of a personality thing.
Well, kind of like being metal.
Well, that run out, so...
Maybe you can drink some of that curse juice in the sewers.
Slurp that nasty sewer water.
It can only work out.
Turn into a bunny or something next.
I mean, there's some funny results I had prepared here. One of them was that you're just being permanently followed by the rain cloud, or by an ice devil who just laughs at you. Another is that every 24 hours you just, explode in a fireball.
Great! That's my favorite.
Isn't that
There's one that inverts the light so that you see darkness as bright light and bright light as darkness.
really strange.
There's also one which would have happened if I made a group check and all of you would have rolled a failure, which is that all experience gets reset to where your level is at. And that's really bad. And that was a very off situation if you all made a check and all failed it. So yes.
I mean, we would have lost like 600 XP or...
Oh no.
And the one we got today, I suppose.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like this out of character talk, but like both you and Belmar seem to like this like interesting magical effects. Like when we were playing freebooters, this kept happening in the garden. When we were playing Stradcow, you all picked up these corruptions. This is not really my style, so
It's fun. I like it.
It's fun to be made of rubber.
I like random effects and like anything that I do. So that's.
Well, I
always
don't
enjoy
like
these.
my food tasting like rotten tar, so I'm going to slap myself with remove curse first.
I mean, I don't think I got cursed at all, did I?
Yeah.
Do you want to be cursed?
Do you want to make a roll?
No, I'm just saying, like, I probably don't need any remove curses in that.
Oh, come on! Maybe Valentine becomes a Valentina.
I'm going back in. Gotta get a tentacle.
I do like my fantasy to be weird. That is a preference of mine.
Goddamn cat ring high noon.
You said there were no cats with a gun. I disagree.
Yeah.
It's meow noon. Goddamn. I remember when that game was all the hit on the Tumblrs.
It was ages ago.
Back when Tumblr was okay with porn, and now everyone is not okay with porn.
Which is probably why Overwatch became less popular there. Mostly what their community is.
Well, probably because as a result, the entire community drained to Pornhub. There's some fun effects here, which would have been great. But if you want to have something normal, maybe you should just go and do some dragon espionage. I'm sure that can only be extremely mundane and boring. There's nothing more mundane than following dragons in disguise.
Yeah, which we aren't even like really good at.
I mean, you don't even have to do that. By this point, you have a sword strong enough that if you just, have a way to get to the king real fast, you can just cut his head off and mission complete.
Cool.
Yeah, and then we will be deemed as kingslayers and nobody will like us.
Well, the people who don't like the king.
Yeah, but you killed the Mad King.
You're mad. You killed the Mad King.
Yeah, we're not gonna be as bad as Jaime Lannister, so we should be fine.
Guess there's still be some point. Yeah. Oh, got a sword and we destroyed a leg of Lich. That's
all you need, really.
Hmm.
Unfortunately,
But
it will
for
rejuvenate
what
that leg over
cause?
time.
Eh.
And it will start
for-
to dance the dance again.
Gasp.
Well, we had temporarily inconvenienced the Lich. That's something.
I think he's probably happier to have lost the leg and be gone rid of the paladin than anything else, really.
Mm.
The Paladin was
I
kind of
see
a
that.
problem that solved itself, really.
I see that everybody that can still be happy is happy, so this is perfectly fine.
Everybody wins.
Good end.
Except anyone who wanted his half plate, I guess.
Yeah. Plate. Maybe.
You can't get everything in life.
No, you can't. Not if you're being careful. It's being careful to not do things.
Oh,
I could go to the supermarket and buy things, but I'm going to carefully decide not to. That's it then. Next time, something.
Next time,
I guess.
things.
Things and people and words.
By the way,
Yeah, so it's a good thing that we're ending early if I'm supposed to be leaving quickly.
Yep. Bye-bye, everyone. I'm going to shut the stream off.
Go stream.
Nice.